Hello and welcome to Labor Today magazine at labortoday.biz. I'm Jeff Allen. On this segment, we're going to gain an understanding of the benefits of employing people with disabilities through VIP and why more and more very noteworthy businesses are taking advantage of these benefits. For this discussion, I have the pleasure of welcoming a very special guest with unique insights into the organization and the people it helps. He's the chairman of the board of VIP, Mr. Christopher Vicino. Mr. Vicino is a 29-year veteran of law enforcement and is currently the assistant chief of police for the Riverside Police Department, where he has held that position since September 2010. Chris Vicino, welcome. Nice to have you here.
Nice to be here. Thank you very much.
You bet, absolutely. Tell us a little bit about your background. We know about the law enforcement background, but you've been here in the Riverside Police Department serving for about 4 years, but your experience goes back quite a ways, doesn't it?
It does. I've been in Riverside, happy to say so, for about 4 years. I'm the assistant chief for the police department. This is a great city. It's a busy city. I've had a lot of fun being here, but prior to that, you're right. I have 25 years with the city of Pasadena. So worked there my entire career really, except the last 4 years, worked through the ranks there, worked probably about every assignment that an officer can work in his career, and worked my way up the ranks, was lucky and blessed to be at the right place at the right time, and was the deputy chief when I left there to take the job for assistant chief in Riverside.
How did you get involved with VIP, and how were you introduced to the organization and the services that it provides to people with disabilities?
Well, this is sort of a haphazard thing that happened. I've known Rick and Wendy Rogina for many years. Our kids went to school together, so I have a very strong sort of neighborly relationship with them. At the time I came from Pasadena to Riverside, the local paper put out a resume for me in Pasadena, and that included my service as a board member on a company, a nonprofit organization, if you will, that helped persons with disabilities. I served for them for 6 years. Rick and Wendy never knew about that, nor did I speak about that much. When they found that out and they realized they had a board opening, they approached me and asked me if I would be willing to serve as a board member for their company, which did very similar things. So I took my experience from Pasadena and working as a board member for persons with disabilities and transferred it to here for San Bernardino County and Riverside County, and am a board member and the current president of the VIP board.
So it seemed to be kind of a logical fit. You had that frame of reference in the past, having worked with people with disabilities before. Tell me what maybe you've learned about people with disabilities that, in working with VIP, that maybe you had not known, or maybe you didn't really discover until you got more involved with working with them directly.
Well, with VIP, what I have learned different than I learned in Pasadena was the high capability and the capacity for persons with disability to learn and work and produce alongside persons who don't have those disabilities, and to be productive. The place that I came from, the place that I worked with, didn't have a job program. So it was more of a caretaker program. Once I began to involve myself with VIP, I realized the incredible ability that these folks had, and beyond that, the desire that they had to work in a mainstream environment and do very well. It was eye-opening to me.
We've done a couple of other stories here on Labor Today magazine, as many of the viewers may already know, but this is our first time to have you in the studio with us. From your perspective, being involved from the inside as chairman of the board, the organization has 140 staff members who kind of dedicate their lives to promoting the advancement of people with disabilities. And it's my understanding that a large percentage of those staff members have been with VIP for a long time, for about 10 years. I mean, to what do you attribute that longevity? Why do you think people have been there so long?
You know, I know Rick and Wendy differently than most. I know them as with the boys that they raised, the family that they raised, and the way they go about their business at a very private family level. Mm-hmm. They are very caring, nurturing people. They translate that unmistakably to their company. They treat their employees like family. That is a cliche for a lot of organizations. I come from two big organizations, Pasadena and now Riverside, that we would like to say our employees are our family. I admit we don't do it as well as Wendy and Rick Rogina are doing it well at VIP. I see them involved at all levels of the employees, from the line worker to the managers. They know what's going on there. They know what's going on in those people's lives. They ensure that salaries and benefits for those people are some of the higher ones in the industry, so they treat them very professionally. But on a personal note, they involve them in a lot of the company's decisions. They offer them advancement, a reason to stick around. So when you're being treated well, offered exciting and new challenges, and when your pay and benefits are some of the better ones in the industry, that combines for longevity of an organization, and employees stick around for that. I also see that they are married to the vision and married to the task of persons with disabilities. They go above and beyond the company's mission. And Rick and Wendy should be commended for their selection of incoming employees also. So it's not just the treatment that they get and the way they're treated. They're picking well. They're choosing good fits for the organization. So at all levels, they're firing on all cylinders right now.
You know, it's basically a case of the old-fashioned business ethics, or way of doing business, treating other people the way that you would want to be treated. And it's amazing how well that today, especially in this day and age when you don't see very much of that, it's amazing how well that seems to work for organizations.
And you know, it's not a complex formula. It's a formula that requires a steadfast and consistent application of it. But the formula is simple. Choose good people, give them challenges, treat them right, and invest in them. And those people will stick around in the organization, and they're constantly doing that. They always have their eye on the future at VIP.
What are the benefits of people with disabilities working in our communities?
You know, I saw this in Pasadena a little bit, but more in VIP and in San Bernardino and Riverside counties. There's a great need for persons with disabilities to be in our workforce, for them to be mainstreamed, for them to contribute to society, for them to contribute to the economy. By giving them job skills and putting them in a position to earn a living, we take a burden off of society. We take a burden off of some of our government funding that may go to people without jobs that have disabilities. You have a workforce here who is willing to work, who wants to work, that makes them become a part of the greater community. The economic impact that they can have by having jobs should not be misunderstood or misunderstated.
There are a lot of big companies in the Inland Empire that are taking advantage of VIP services. Toys R Us, Spotlight 29 Casino, Home Depot. What are your thoughts about these businesses, such as those I just mentioned, and some of the other corporations who hire individuals, people with disabilities?
They are helping society. They are helping mainstream persons with disabilities. On the other side, I believe they're lowering their bottom line, and they're profiting from the partnership. So why wouldn't you, I guess would be the question that I would ask, why wouldn't you hire someone from VIP in the packaging and in those services? If a company is hesitant, look at the list that has signed on with VIP. Look at the success of a Home Depot. And come and visit. Come and meet the CEO and the CFO. Come and tour the facilities. Check the references. I have no doubt after they do some accounting and some figures, they would wonder why they didn't do it sooner.
Yeah, we know that there are 400 people employed daily on on-site production facilities. Rancho Cucamonga, San Bernardino, and Hesperia, and these are assembly and packaging work for some of these companies. So it would just seem to me from what you're saying that there is an economic win-win-win, really, for all sides. I mean, you've got the employees, the people with disabilities who have the jobs and gainful employment, and then you've got the folks who are getting the benefit of that, the companies who are hiring them, and then in fact at the end of the day you've got the customers who are also benefiting because of the work that's being done behind the scenes by these folks. So it just seems to me that it's again, it's the perfect economic scenario for a winning situation. Why should a company contact VIP today to inquire about bringing people on board?
Look, VIP has been around since the late 1980s. That in and of itself says something about a company that has survived so many years and survived the greatest recession that this country has ever gone through. They are smart business planners. They are always, as I said earlier, they're always looking to the horizon to see where their changes need to be made. Their longevity as a company, their longevity with a low employee turnaround, long-term employees, 10, 15, 20-year, 25, 30-year employees still with the company. That underscores their success. They're standing within the marketplace, the big companies who are with them, being successful with them, lowering their bottom lines, increasing their profits. The willingness of Wendy and Rick Rogina to bring in a customer base for visits to show them so they can see the success that these workers with disabilities will have with their product, with their packaging and those services. And then the referral base. The large companies that someone who is inquisitive would want to reach out and touch and say, how is this working for you? How do you do it? Why do you use VIP? I guarantee you 100% satisfaction from the companies that they'll speak to. And it won't be a handful. It won't be a modest handful. It'll be a robust list that any company would feel very comfortable giving this a try. And if I'm a company and I have the ability to give jobs to persons that are disabled and to try to help mainstream them, and I can save my own money by doing so and making my company more profitable, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you contact VIP? It's the smart solution to the packaging issue that they may have.
And on that positive note, Chris Vicino, Chairman of the Board, VIP, that's where we'll end. Thank you so much for being with us on Labor Today.
Thank you very much.
That wraps up this segment of Labor Today. Thanks again to my guest, Mr. Christopher Vicino, Chairman of the Board of VIP. If you believe your business could benefit by employing reliable team members from VIP, simply contact VIP at area code 909-483-5924. You can also complete the form on the Contact Us page at VIPsolutions.com. If you'd like to view this segment again or any of our other Labor Today video segments, visit us 24/7 at labortoday.biz. And please share this video with others on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Google+. I'm Jeff Allen. Thanks for watching Labor Today magazine.